What happens when a KAZUYA Amiibo faces off against every other Smash Ultimate Amiibo? Well, in this video, we're going to find out what happens. So challengers will happen in the order that they appear on the character select screen, so that means Mario is the first challenger. And well, he might be first, but Kazuya is the one that started off on the right foot. But we do all know that Mario is an icon. He is the video game icon. It's just too bad Kazuya didn't really treat him like one. The world's greatest raid boss, not hard DK, was the second challenger, and I'm going to be completely honest here. Kazuya absolutely dominated this match from start to finish. Like seriously, DK didn't look good in this battle in any capacity. I'm kind of embarrassed. 2 challengers in so far and 2 wins. Maybe Link will be the first one to defeat Kazuya. Nope, he just got 3 stocked. You know, if Nintendo ever decided to license out some of their characters into like other fighting games, for example, I would love for Captain Falcon to get some love, you know? I think he could work perfect in like maybe a Street Fighter, maybe even Tekken, right? He's facing off against Kazuya right here. And well, he should be in Tekken because he literally just stomped the life out of Kazuya. The first of quite a few insta-drop amiibo, Jigglypuff. She came wandering in from Mount Moon next, but Kazuya quickly grabbed the stock lead, making me think that Kazuya isn't too afraid of insta-droppers. Puff then turned things around by doing what she does better than anybody else on the roster. Not just one time, but she was able to pull it off twice, and she picked up the stock lead in the process, which ultimately led to me saying a sentence I never thought I would say in my life, and that was, Jigglypuff beat Kazuya in a fight. Alright, Kazuya is kind of struggling here a little bit, couple losses back to back there, so he needs to get back into his winning ways, and well, he did so by taking on the Mushroom Kingdom princesses by first taking down Peach. I guess he took her crown too, I suppose, so we now have Princess Kazuya of the Mushroom Kingdom, but then Daisy tried to follow it up, still lost in the end. Alright, now with a couple more wins under his belt, Kazuya now faces the unbeatable Bowser. Kazuya was able to strike first for the stock lead, and then, a little bit later in the match, he did take the stock lead once again, giving him hope for defeating the unbeatable one. But as I always say, as it always happens in these videos, we named Bowser unbeatable for a reason, because he started to attempt somewhat of a comeback by first evening up the game. However, Kazuya was able to hold the damage lead in the final stock, but Bowser was too determined not to lose, so he continued fighting, clawing, and scratching his way to the very end, where Bowser delivered the KO blow. Alright, first insta-drop that Kazuya faced didn't really seem to go in his favor, so what about a second go around here, a second attempt at an insta-dropper? Well, Falco did manage to hit this gnarly looking late game down air to even things up. I was quite impressed. I always love Falco's down air for a KO. But Kazuya then took full control of the match by using his combat skills to his advantage, which led to Falco taking a stinky barefoot right to the beak. Kazuya's next opponent was Marth, and well, Marth lost. Okay, Kazuya had so much fun facing off against Marth that he wanted to see if he could replicate his success against Lucina, and he did that in under a minute. Link, but not the old version of himself, was up next, and I thought this could actually be quite a fun match because this young Link amiibo does have the super armor spirit, but it turns out it didn't really make much of a difference and young Link lost. Kazuya versus Ganon. Well, we all know how this will end. Oh, I guess Ganon's gonna put up a little bit of a fight this time. Heck, Ganon even ended up winning this whole thing with his sword. I mean, an up tilt? What? The legendary Pokemon Mewtwo came out of hiding in the Cerulean Cave equipped with the slow super armor spirit. But I guess Kazuya had the type advantage in this matchup. All right, now that we've entered the Brawl portion of the roster, looks like Snake tried to stealth his way onto this battlefield through his cardboard box, but you know, Kazuya just kind of grabbed that box and he slammed it hard. Okay, so far Kazuya seems to kind of have trouble with bigger or heavier characters, so I thought Ike might be able to pull off somewhat of an upset here, but I guess Kazuya's seen enough blue-haired swordsmen to quickly dispatch of him and pick up another win. All right, we're at the point of the video where I have a very fun fact for everyone. Did you know that Kazuya's up special is completely different than any of Pokemon Trainer's up specials? The point of this story or this fact being Kazuya defeated Squirtle. Diddy, no, not the one that's been in the news recently, but the monkey one from Donkey Kong Country was up next, and for his game, he did make it quite entertaining, as he was able to keep trading stocks with Kazuya until Diddy ran out of stocks to trade. Lucas then was up next, and he started PK thundering right into Kazuya's thrust kick, which I have to say is one of the worst strategies I've seen. Unless his goal was to lose, because, well, that's what happened. We have now entered the Wii U 3DS era of Smash, and Kazuya hopes to continue his dominance, and well, he just 3-stocked Mega Man. Karen has entered the fray with a complaint to the manager, and well, little did she know, the manager happened to be Kazuya, and he was not putting up with any of Karen's BS today, and told her to complain about this. Rosalina was up next as she floated in from another galaxy. She did attempt to subdue this fighting menace known as the Iron Fist, but in the end, Kazuya bows down to nobody. Little Mac, I suppose you could say he has a fighting chance. However, Kazuya seems to know that Mac's weakness is, well, losing stocks. Naruto is now equipped with the Insta-Drop Spirit, and combined with his speed, I thought he had a real chance to pull off what I would deem quite a big upset. And he was even able to get the first stock, kind of proving my point. Insta-Drop plus speed can defeat Kazuya. But all great battles do come down to the very last stock, where Greninja's speed caught up with him as Kazuya delivered the final blow, taking down another Insta-Dropper. The goddess Palutena came down from the heavens to get a closer eye on the Iron Fist, and even had her insanely good spirit activate, which reduced her damage by 100 points, which kept her in the fight just long enough to lose. Our iconic little yellow dot friend and fellow Bandai Namco rep was up next, but he lost. Kazuya's not here to make any friends. Okay. Ridley was the next fight, but I gotta be honest, I have no clue what even happened here. I actually got up to go make a bowl of mini ravioli, but I guess the end screen had Ridley winning, so Ridley beat Kazuya. Looks like the Chain Whip brothers were the next two challengers, but Simon didn't fare too well, so I guess in the end it was up to Richter, and well, I guess you could say Richter played way too similarly to Simon, so Kazuya knew exactly how to defeat the both of them. King K. Rool, or King Krusha, is my first ever raid boss I created, and he now has his chance to show his dominance, which he did in under 10 seconds, grabbing the first stock with ease. Krusha then later was able to stomach his way to a second stock, and I swear before I could even blink, even before you could blink, he had the third stock and he already had the win. This was insanely fast. I'm going to say that personally, I think Fighters Pass 2 was better than the first one. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Fighters Pass 1. I got Banjo and I got Terry. Those two inclusions I will forever cherish in Smash Bros. If they ever return, I would love that. If they don't, you know, at least I got to experience it one time. But Fighters Pass 2 had Steve, Kazuya, Sora, and Sephiroth. Well, and Sephiroth just got kicked out of the Fighters Pass, I guess. Pyra and Mithra, or the Bladies, were up next, and they attempted to distract Kazuya with their assets, dare we say? But it failed in the end because Kazuya is a man of business. Sora being included in Smash Ultimate still blows my mind to this day. I truly thought Sora was one of those characters that legit never had a chance, and I guess it goes to show that you should never doubt Smash for any character inclusions. Just like you shouldn't doubt Kazuya Amiibo winning. We are down to the final three, and those would be the Mii trio. So Mii Brawler was up first, and well, Mii Brawler got dealt with rather easily. Mii Swordy was up next, and well, I guess the strategy was to use their face for defense, but it wasn't that successful. Mii Gunner is the very final character of this challenge, and I thought had a very legit chance for a win because, well, this Mii Gunner, or Cuphead, spams projectiles and constantly heals 5% damage every 5 seconds, but I guess didn't spam enough because it could only manage to pick up 1 KO, giving Kazuya a win in his final match. So if I have my numbers correct here, I think this is the win-loss record. Kazuya won 68 of the matches, and he lost 17 of them. So I gotta say, that's not a bad record by any stretch of the imagination, but I can say this. If I learned anything about my Kazuya Amiibo, I think he needs to be a bit more lively and maybe deal some more damage. And maybe next time he will.